I am the face of mental illness. I have something called conversion disorder. It's a very rarely diagnosed condition, but one that is certainly very real to me. It's hard for me to explain what conversion disorder is, so conversion disorder involves symptoms or deficits affecting voluntary motor or sensory function that suggest a neurological or other general medical condition. Examples of conversion symptoms include blindness, paralysis, seizures, amnesia, unresponsiveness, and difficulty walking. The essential element of all disorders is the presence of physical symptoms or signs that cannot be explained by a medical condition. The idea that conversion disorder does not have an organic basis has become entrenched. However, some evidence supports the opposite notion. Studies on the national history of conversion disorder indicate that many patients subsequently develop or are found to have pre-existing neurological disease. In fact, conversion disorders may be more frequently observed in patients with a past history of central nervous system injury. These disorders have been highly stigmatized, with many physicians telling patients that the problem is all in your head. For me, this all started about 9 years ago. I was living in San Francisco, and I was riding the subway home one night, and I threw up on the train. Didn't think anything of it, thought maybe I had something bad to eat at McDonald's. So I went home, went to bed, and the next morning I woke up feeling great, and went to get back on the train again. But when I got to the platform, all these weird feelings started. I was dizzy, felt like my whole body fall asleep, I was tingling, I was extremely nauseous, thought I was going to throw up again, was just almost unable to move and speak, and I didn't know what was going on. So I thought, well, maybe I'm still sick. Turned around, went back home. Waited the weekend, and Monday morning, went and tried it again. I was able to get on the train this time, but was only able to go one stop before all of these symptoms happened again, and I had to get off. Slowly and slowly, I was able to go less and less distance away from the house, until eventually I was unable to leave my apartment. And this lasted for a year and a half. So for a year and a half I sat in my apartment, did nothing but just cry and wonder, why is God punishing me? Finally, after a year and a half, I was able to make it to a doctor. Doctor who said, here's some medication. I'm not really sure what you have, but take these and you'll feel better. In 2000, I moved to Las Vegas and saw new doctors, and they had new opinions of what they thought it was and tried new medication. But when it stopped working, it was bad. 5 years ago, I moved here to Dallas. I was at the end of my rope. I said, you know what? I just can't handle this anymore. And well, I attempted suicide. Fortunately, I was found unconscious, rushed to the hospital, and I spent 2 months in the hospital as they tried to figure out what it was. Then one day they miraculously came up with this diagnosis of conversion disorder, and that's what I've had ever since. Now, conversion disorder is not like one of the big 3 mental illnesses: schizophrenia, bipolar, major depressive disorder, which get all of the funding and all of the treatment and qualifies you for so many things. Conversion disorder doesn't. You're just sort of left out there on your own to fend for yourself or fork out large sums of money to seek private treatment, private therapy, which I've only recently been able to do. So now, I've been on the same medication for 5 years, and it's helped a lot. Haven't really had any major episodes, as I call them. I'm sedated a lot of the time. I'm tired. There's a lot of things I can't do. I don't drink. Don't do drugs. But it's definitely changed my life. I lost so many of the best years of my life afraid. afraid of going out, afraid of telling people about what I had because of the stigma attached to mental illness. Now I just don't give a shit because I know there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Because I know that I didn't cause this. Because I know that this isn't my fault. But it's still hard. I still wake up every day and wonder, am I going to have this the rest of my life? Am I going to have to take these stupid pills every day for the next 50 years? It sucks. It really sucks. Sometimes I wish I had AIDS or cancer. Something that you knew what it was and you knew how to fight it. But when it's this, is it mental illness? Is it something medically wrong? You just get frustrated and you don't know what to do. Sometimes I just want to be so normal. Not have any of these problems that I have. Well, I still want to be gay, but then I wonder, would it change who I am? Would it make me a different person? Sometimes I want to be that person. I know that my life would be a lot different. I know that I would not meet a lot of the people that I've come into contact with, and sometimes it's just not worth it. You know, it's just not worth it. I am the face of mental illness.